Just a quick review today on my trade I took. I did take a loss, was a very small one. It was very much seek and destroy conditions due to having CPI tomorrow. Due to having CPI on Thursday and PPI tomorrow, conditions weren't great and it did chop around for a good majority of the day, so I'll take into the trade now. Onto the daily chart then, straight away you can see we're bullish. Obviously the bias is very clear to me, got an immediate rebalance here, and then we have this order block form there which we dipped into before obviously pushing up today. So in terms of what I was looking for, straight away 1 hour fair value gap being used previously quite a few times, so it was obviously a good price point to hold and react from, so I expected it to be hit again today. So quite simply, it was just looking for liquidity in that fair value gap range, which I thought would be a good draw for reversal. Obviously marking the midnight open price there. You can see how we just consolidated in and around it before eventually having that manipulation leg down. Obviously targeted the Asian range low here, and then I had PM sell side liquidity from the previous trading day. Into the 1 minute chart, and this is where I entered off, and as I said, conditions weren't great, we were consolidating, so I wanted to see some manipulation of some sort. So we got none at 830, which is the first price point I look for manipulation. None there, so you wait until 930, and then you can see here during the opening range, the 30 minutes, it was very much consolidated, so there was no manipulation of any sort. For me, this is kind of where I messed up because, you know, we chopped about here, so I'm expecting manipulation between 9.45 and 10. We did get a rundown on liquidity, that was the Asian range low. There was no SMT divergence, and there wasn't much displacement in this manipulation leg. You know, you got a little bit of a down move, took out this liquidity, and then we had the up move, and this is why I entered on. So I entered on the breaker here, which was this candle there, paired that with a fair value gap here when we obviously came back into this level, and as soon as we started chopping about here, that's when I knew the trade was over. So I put my stop loss underneath there, quite a tight one, sized down just because obviously we have high impact news tomorrow and we've got none today, so I'm not expecting big moves. However, I did think, yeah, we're in close proximity of this buy side liquidity up there from the previous trading day, and then we obviously have these equal highs up there that I wanted price to hit, but like I was saying, it didn't happen. It was a very low resistance liquidity run in the end. So from this point there, you can see I got stopped out, and we did actually take that PM buy side liquidity, but there was no clear entry even at this point. We didn't get any divergences of any sort, and it didn't happen during the high probability trading hours. It just grinded up, and I've said before on this channel, during days like this, refer to high time frame charts, the 5 minute, don't even look at the 1 minute, because it will chop about, it will give these equal highs, and the move will come later during the session. So it's kind of naive of me to think it's going to happen here past 10 o'clock. It will often happen during lunch, the move. So this is the reason for me why you would use the 5 minute, because I could frame this entry off this 5 minute order block after we've changed in the state here. But you can quite clearly see we never actually closed above it, so we wicked above it, but we never closed, so we didn't have that true change in the state of delivery on the 5 minute. When you get choppy conditions like this, always refer to the 5 minute. Order blocks are very valid, and fair value gaps on this time frame when we are chopping in and about. You don't get that explosive price action, you do get them slow grinds up, which is what happened here after we took out this liquidity. So that was the mistake I made today. And just example here, you can see, so this order block we had there, you can see how it supported price multiple times in the movement up, and that obviously happened during the PM session. So this is where your true entries would have come from. After we redipped into midnight price, you could have had multiple entries here towards this buy side liquidity. But other than that, I'm not really getting too much from this price action. It's better to stay out of it than trade at all, and that was the mistake I took today. So yeah, that was just a quick video from today, very nice and brief. Just wanted to show the conditions and why I shouldn't trade before major news events such as CPI, especially when there's no high impact news on that trading day. So yeah, definitely take that into account for when you trade.